Phonic and freaking McKinnon need to see the field a lot more.
Oh, they got rid of Madden, and look where they're at now, huh? I guess that wasn't the problem.
The hitting instructors still have their job. That to me is the biggest question. Why do they still have their fucking job?
And all I want to say is,
It's the Todd Fox Postgame Podcast with your host, Todd Fox.
Hey, welcome into another episode of the Todd Fox Postgame Show, Pixelated Edition. Yay! It just goes to show you that the Angels, their incredible play on the field is rubbing off on this podcast as well, and postgame show. As I donned my new jersey today, the Todd Fox jersey on the back that says my name with the City Connect hookups here. The Angels pull up and don't do anything at all tonight. Look, this was another good start by Sandoval. He falls to 3-7 now, and the Angels lose to another no-namer from Texas. Who gives a fuck, right? And again, this is a team that before the series started, you figure if you win 3 out of 4, you could tie them and move into third place. But this team is being as pathetic as usual. But I can't even say that they're being more pathetic because they're just not trying anymore. When Renifo is your leading hitter, there's a problem. Renifo's up there 3 for 5 last night, nearly hit for the cycle. He goes out there tonight 2 for 5, drives in the only run. Again, if anyone right now is hesitant about trading Ohtani and blowing this up, if anyone's hesitant about firing these coaches and blowing this thing up, if anyone's tired of seeing mediocre baseball, this is the time to hit the reset button. If there was a way we could move Trout, as sacrilegious to a lot of you fans say you want him and Ohtani to finish their careers here in Anaheim, you're never going to see winning baseball. I'm sorry. You're never going to do it because it's going to take too long with an owner that doesn't want to spend the money over the cap to get the right players. He doesn't scout the right players. We don't have the right scouting system, farm system. This is rock bottom. Because I've watched a lot of Angels baseball, and I've watched players come and go from this franchise and seen this team battle. Maybe they haven't had the best pitching over the years, but the hitting has come through at times to where this team can stay relevant, can put up a fight and lose 7-5, 9-5, but they left guys on base. Maybe a team made a nice play or the bullpen gave up a couple extra runs and you weren't able to finish the comeback. I adore teams like that, the little engine that could. This team's the little engine that doesn't give a fuck because they don't try enough. They don't put a bad look. Again, if you don't believe anything that I'm saying, if you usually disagree with what I say on a nightly basis because this team loves to suck ass, then just listen to what Mark Langston said. We came from the game tonight and we drove home and I wanted to hear what he had to say along with Terry Smith. My dad said, how can these guys stay so positive? But Mark Langston was saying, you know what? They don't adjust. And lo and behold, what the fuck have I been saying the last God knows how long since I've been doing the post-game show this season, since they hit the slump? They don't adjust to anything. No changes are made. If Mark Langston, again, these guys are paid by the Angels to talk them up. And yes, be critical at times, but there's a limit to what they can say. And he's out there saying the coaches just haven't gotten lit in the fire against these guys. These guys aren't making in the batter's box changes or adjustments. If they can see it, and if he's willing to say it and see it, how come it's not happening? You could put the fans aside and say, okay, well, the fans can see it, we can see it. How come they don't see it? Well, the announcers see it. How come now the organization and everyone else doesn't see it? This team is never going to be any good unless, I'm sorry to say this, unless Mike Trout and Shohei Ohtani are no longer members of the Angels. This team needs a hard fucking reset. And if you're wondering, why didn't he say Rendon? We're stuck with Rendon. To me, Rendon's contract's harder to move than Trout. Yes, Trout has a long-term lifetime contract, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. He has a no-trade clause. I still think you could find somewhere for him to go. I don't think you can, Rendon. Nobody wants to put up with a PMS attitude that he has. Nobody wants to put up with his getting injured every season. So, like it or not, he's most likely going to finish at least 5.5 years with us before we DFA him, if he continues at this pace. So you got at least another 1.5 years of him doing God knows what after this season. But you can still address the 29th ranked farm system. You help the pitching because up and down from single A to triple A, you got good relievers. You got good starters coming up. You just got nothing on the shelf as far as hitting. I mean nothing. And that's where your biggest assets come into play. That's where you got to move these guys to help this franchise. Because otherwise, we're going to be signing Suzuki back again next year. We have 0 catchers up in this freaking in this organization. What, Matt Thaiss is supposed to take over? Yeah, right. What, Wallach? We sent him down for some reason when he was actually hitting. Now he's not doing shit. We don't when we have actual contact guys like Stefanik and McKinnon, we send them down. We rather keep Squid up here. So you tell me, I don't know how this franchise is supposed to get better if we don't make the big, hurtful moves. The moves that you don't want to make, I'm sorry, have to be made. You can't continue to get shut out. Score 1 run on 3 hits. Leave yourself a chance to win. And then because Adele's just fucking up all night, and then they let the floodgates come in because Elvis can't keep him in the building, and Loop sucks. So, again, you let a 2-1 game where you're not even giving yourself a chance in the 9th inning, you know, to get anything going, which they did actually score a second run thanks to Renifo. You lose 7-2. You know what I mean? So, again, this team is absolutely pathetic. It needs to be changed. I mean, it's the coaching staff. It's the players' nonchalant attitudes. There's a lot going on here. And unfortunately, it hurts even more for me to say, if you didn't hear, Castillo gets traded from the Reds. A guy that I've been clamoring about, foaming at the mouth, trying to get him to come to Anaheim. Last year, it's like, oh, what would it take to get Castillo here to Anaheim? It would take Adele and Marsh. And I was like, no, that's too much. Boy, was I wrong. Marsh has not gone to Erstad 2.0 like I thought. He leads a league in strikeout, or leads a team in strikeouts. And then you got Adele over there making what should have been 3 errors tonight, making only 1. That play where it skipped by him and he missed it off the carom, and then he throws it in. Okay, you had Fletcher throwing home. The guy should have been out. And Suzuki does Suzuki things. Can't catch a ball off a hop. That's the kind of shitty catching that we have. And then Adele tries to make fancy catch. Can't make the catch. Lets a single turn into a double. He's bad out there, guys. Left or right field. I think 2 things have happened. He is definitely not as good as we thought. And we've kind of ruined him as an organization, sending him up and down way too many times. He has a fragile mind, and we shattered that shit. Again, why has Adele been up and down 4 or 5 times when we cannot send Marsh down once? That, to me, is one of the biggest questions. That should be addressed at some point. Because I'm tired of seeing a Marsh up there striking out. And again, his kryptonite is a left-handed pitcher. He starts against the left-handed pitcher. Makes no freaking sense. Ben checks in with simple. Artie is cheap. Jacob says he's first. Hunter says I dislike life. What up, big dog? EQ in the house. He bought me a beer tonight. Nice guy. Nice to finally meet you, EQ. Very, very cool cat right there. He'll be at the tailgate as well. Shout out to you, EQ. Loop needs to fuck off, Jacob says. Grillmaster says snowflakes. Let's see a few other comments here. Game was bullshit, JV says. Leaf says, happy that my Mariners got like Luis Castillo. As for the game tonight, we got our asses handed to us. by a trash can tonight by the Houston Astros. But you guys have been playing good, Leaf, and the Mariners are taking that second spot, which I'm very pissed off about. James says trade everyone whom has value. Grillmaster says I blame Peguero. Get him out of the building. Oscar says just trade Ohtani for the love of God. Grillmaster says the home plate umpire Carlos Torres favorited Texas, and you know what? Again, New York hates us. They get all the calls. They give them all to the other team, so that happened. James says Angels need a laugh track at these games. They sure do. And again, here was something at the game that I noticed too. This was the top of the 8th inning or top of the 9th inning. Again, they're playing in both those innings the rally monkey. Why are we playing the rally monkey when we're not even hitting yet? The rally monkey is so fucking dead. Please, there's only old people that have the monkeys there. It is so dead. We are a freaking embarrassment. And again, I saw a handful of Dodger fans, Dodger to gear from head to toe, talking shit as they walk by and laughing. How far down is rock bottom? How much more do we have to go, Artie? Make it stop! JV says they are going through the motions, that's for sure. And JV, they've been going through the motions since July 1st. It's too early in the season to be doing that. It's so annoying. Loop and Elvis choked for us. They sure did. The 9th inning Elvis choke. Loop was fine. Rebuilding incoming, Luis says. I hope so. Pretty soon, grandmas are going to be knitting us Angels jerseys. Daniels, that's what is it? The knitting edition jerseys we can have. You know, I went tonight and shout out to Jim hooking me and my dad up for last second tickets. I actually wasn't going to go tonight. I was a little tired after work, but Jim's like, "Come on, man, let's go." And we went and we had a good time. Him and my dad were talking for a long time, but boy, oh boy, they both looked back at me. Fernando sent me a text after that air by Adele, and he was like, "Man, Jim and your dad are probably pissed." I'm like, "Oh yeah." As soon as I got back to my seats, they were letting me know exactly what happened. 310 Manuel says, "Yep, just get rid of Trout and Ohtani now." Grillmaster says Elvis needs to leave the building. Just play Stefanik, Rojas, McKinnon. Bring up Fletcher or a guy named Chad. Yard sale before the deadline. That's what it looks like. Martin Boylan checks in with, I know I will never see Adele win a Gold Glove. That's for sure. You can bet the house on that. David Rosca says Mariners need to make the postseason. Well, they're trying really hard. Snowflake Shohei. Hunter says trade Ohtani and Trout. Hunter is ready to trade. Yes, he is. Cameron says, can we boycott the game so Artie sells? Well, yeah, but the problem is you still had 29,000 like me there tonight. VT was there. Shout out to VT. Shout out to Rosie. I've met a few other Angel fans there as well. I tried bringing in a paper bag that didn't exactly work. They took it from me. I didn't hide it as best I could. So we're going to have to get creative with the paper bags. They're not liking that, by the way. Defense was brutal tonight. James says, let's see. He has the best in baseball right there. Today was my last game of the season. Oh, 310. I didn't know you were there tonight. Angels suck. Noah think. Let's see. Nacho Knight Ohtani. Martin Boylan says Goose was stiffer than the Fast Times at a nightclub. Oh, shit. Poverty franchise, Noah, I think, says it is right now because we're sure playing it like it. Jay Bruce says blow it up. I agree. TJ says, why do we suck? Artie Moreno, piece of shit. That is the owner. That's why we suck. LA fan page says Angels suck like a clown. They sure do. Perry will move Rendon if he can. I think that should get him GM of the year. Can't we just make a team or take Rendon if they want Ohtani? That could be the way to make the move. Trade Ohtani to the Rays. Let's see. Angels fan page is like, please get him off the team. James says Mariners are going to be where the Angels should be. And yes, James, because we did predict the Angels to be as good as the Mariners in that second spot, trying to fight for the wild card, making those steps to be a good baseball team for 2023. Because the first step we thought they would do is get their feet wet in the postseason, maybe get blown out, maybe steal a game, but just get to the postseason, get your feet wet, and then make the plan to go further in the postseason for 2023. Now it looks like the Mariners are in that position, James. You're absolutely correct. Let's see. Eric Neediander said so. Okay. Oh, my God. Adele must go by Tuesday, Jim Hoyt says. I think so, but who would take him? His value has gone way down. TJ says we can't develop anyways, so what does it matter? Joe was a top 5 prospect, and it looks like he's a bust. That all comes down to player development, because I see team after team after team, division out of division, make the right call on drafting players. We just don't. Where is that Wallaker named Chad? Okay, got it. Let's see. Also, is McKinnon? If McKinnon is traded, Perry gets the D word hard for me. Adele played like he had diarrhea tonight. He sure did. No, I think says Rays are better than y'all clowns. Listen, man. No, if you're trying to say the Rays are better than the Angels, you could have said that for the last 8 years. So that's not exactly breaking news. I think we can all agree with that. People were booing me today because I was booing Adele. That's funny, 310, because, again, our fans are softer than snowflakes. They don't think it's all the honks are like, you can't boo those players. Yes, you can. You pay your fucking ticket. Boo them all you want. So, again, don't give me that shit. I booed Adele tonight, so don't feel bad, 310. You were just sitting around a bunch of morons. Aaron makes me loopy. LA Angels. Okay. Fuck out of here, Noah. Jacob says, Adele, say hello to needing practice. Oh, God. Let's see. He says fruitcake. Adele is horrible trade. That fuck stick Marsh and as well. Let's see. Cut your hair, hippie. Oh, geez. They're going after him. This team must like losing Fletch facts. And Fletch, you didn't check in with David Fletcher. But I'll check in for you. Noah traded me. Phil Thor thinking about it. Oh, my God. What the fuck are you doing here? 310 says, you guys are all mad about that. The only thing good about tonight is the the mustard fried with grilled onions. Angels were horrible tonight. Oh, yeah. Did you the In-N-Out? Did you like the In-N-Out burger, Jim? Because I recommend that. If you ever go to In-N-Out, tell them to mustard fry your patty. It is so freaking good. Kurt's got to go. James says, yeah, Kurt's, oh my God, does he suck. He sucks so bad. Bring up the bees right now. I would take the bees right now. Hunter's telling Grillmaster to shut up. I agree. The whole team has to go, honestly. Can we just forfeit? That has been the question for me, for a lot of Angel fans, because they're tired of the Angels' bad play night in and night out. Again, how many Angel fans or how many of you guys can just sit back there and say, this team's really trying? They're not trying. They're just so out of it, dude. I've never seen a team with such crappy heart again, just no heart whatsoever. Adele can hit it okay. Trade Ohtani and let Adele DH. I don't know about that, Halo Realm. Let's see, DFA everyone. Let's see, he's the best player in the world, Hunter says. Leaf go away. You guys are going back and forth right there. SoCal Pirates, Jacob says. Mike Mendoza checks in with fuck. West Coast Pirates, WCP. That must be a little inside thing. Paul N says Renifo sucks. Hey, but he's our hottest hitter right now. The Rally Monkey is absolutely Rally Monkey business. Nah Man says, why do some people say on the Halos in the infield say that the whole hashtag free Ohtani is disgraceful, but the other half wants to trade or free Ohtani? Because right now, nah, man, look, I know you're a big-time Ohtani fan, and that's fine. I am too. I don't want to see the guy suck in mediocrity. I don't want to see the team suck in mediocrity either. And I think to give Ohtani what he deserves is a winning team. Trout, the same thing. It can't be here. It just can't. We need to lower the payroll to be able to bring more guys in, get rid of the high-price guys, and bring in a bunch of hungry players. We don't have any hunger on this roster whatsoever. If anything, it's Renifo right now. With his whole celebration, he's trying to get the guys involved. Nobody else is trying to give a fuck right now. And you know another guy who I'm tired of? I'm tired of Walsh. I got to watch everything go right down the fucking middle. He's as bad as Statue Stassi. He does not want to, and then when he does swing, it's not, hey, let the barrel of the bat make solid contact with the ball. It's no, let me swing uppercut status and hit a weak ground ball to the right side because God forbid I try to go the other way And God forbid I try to line the bat actually square with a ball instead of swinging over it to make a weak ground ball. I'm so sick and tired of him right now. I don't know what I'm sick and tired of more, Rally Monkey or freaking Walsh right now. Walsh pisses me off because he's got the talent to be so much better, and he's playing like bullshit, and nobody is correcting him, and nobody is trying to make him do anything different. And it's pissing me off night in and night out. Thomas Montoya says, let's go Padres, and I know where that's coming from. I talked to him off the line, so you know what, bro? I don't blame you at this point. If you're gonna be one of those fans and say, hey, you know what, I need to root for a national team because I don't want to root for an American League team. The Angels are playing like shit. If I need a secondary team, yes, I'm not gonna bandwagon, but if they're gonna go out there and stop the Dodgers or blah blah blah, yada yada yada, I wouldn't be mad at you, honestly, if you pick the Padres. Not at all. The Halo Realm says, as long as the Dodgers don't win, I will accept that our season is over. Yes, Halo Realm, 100% with you. My season always ends when the Dodgers are eliminated. And that whole Ring Pop World Series did not count. We all know that. No one legitimizes that. They don't even do that for the Lakers. If you don't have a parade, it didn't count. So shut the fuck up. You never won, Dodgers. You haven't won since the 88 season. So that's where I stand on that. But as far as them being eliminated, I throw a party every season. I don't care if they went farther than us. Well, yeah, I do care. But the fact of the matter is when they get eliminated, anybody in the world can win the World Series. I don't really care. I don't care if it's Oakland, Texas, Seattle, anyone in our division. I don't care. As long as the Dodgers don't win, hey, it's a beautiful day. Let's see. Grillmaster, you're blowing the don't count. Oh, jeez. Let's see. Dope ass hat Todd. Thank you, Hector. This team is so bad. Andrew Rivas says. Dan says, was at the game with my son. Very depressing. The pitch to Gosselin was low. Yes, it was. Dan, if I would have known you were there, I would have said hi to you as myself. Last place right here. Paul's calling it. I tagged you on IG. Michael says for the Jared Walsh public signing because you missed the Stassi signing. Well, I'm sure they missed the signatures on those baseballs as well. Chris says Gallo to the Angels. Hey, he would fit right in. Gallo would be like the best player on this team right now. Todd, what was the holdup with someone in the field late in the game? I don't know. We tried to see that. We were in left field, and I think they were threatening to jump on the field or something like that, and they got pretty damn close because the security ran all the way over there, and then he stopped, so that's what I saw. Luther says Angels won't be competitive until Artie and Caprino are out. It's that simple. And I Jacob says you two ride the short bus. I know who you're referring to. Yes, Luther, I think you're absolutely correct because this team, again, they need upper management changes. And again, if Grillmaster wants to sacrifice himself and sleep with Artie and take pictures and say that he was raped, we're all for that, Grillmaster. We are all for that. And we can get him out of the, out of owning the team, create a scandal, and we'll see what happens. But other than that, unless the FBI really investigates, because allegedly he was putting out money to the city to get things developed, get that screwy plan. I mean, again, I walked by with my dad, and those apartments that are multicolored in front of the hats or those condos are worth more than $300 million, and that's more than what Artie offered the city, and the city said, okay, take all this land. Dude, they should have sold that land to Artie for like $1 billion, and they gave it to him for less than 300. You don't think there's something shady there? Because they're not going to say that on AM 830. But Artie's got some explaining to do, and I hope he gets in trouble because that's the only way that this franchise is going to change things around. Lee says, Artie Moreno in 2010, I'm the captain now. Also, Artie Moreno proceeds to drive the ship into every single freaking iceberg. That's true, Leaf. He's like, what iceberg? Let's see, Todd, what was up with someone already talked about that right there. Hey there, pal. What's up, Halo Joe? If you guys haven't checked out Halo Joe and his page, go check it out, please. He's got some really good old school Angel stuff when the Angels were good. He does a lot of good research and has a lot of good posts, so check out his page, Calling All Angels. Also, can I get a refund when tonight's game did not live up to expectations? Bad news bears, Rob says. Yeah, dude, I want a freaking refund for my free tickets. Wasn't it Lorenzen's mommy who said that we can't boo the players? Yes, Jacob. How does that work for us? Fuck boo these ass hats. Exactly. Paul's calling for the trash pandas. Rumors are saying, hi guy says, rumors are saying that Artie is giving the green light in the front office to listen to Dodgers for Ohtani. Again, I said it in the podcast, if you haven't heard it yet with VT, that if the Dodgers were to throw out the players we were talking about, Dustin May, Urinal Cake, Gavin Lux, Rio, the third baseman, and Will Smith, the catcher. I'm sorry, but that's like filling your voids on your team. I would take that trade, and I would take it in a heartbeat. You still keep Trout. You maybe move Marsh and Walsh. So there's all kinds of things that would open up too. I'd hate to see him over there in Dodger Stadium, believe me, because the fuss that they would create over him. But something's got to happen. Would I prefer for him to be in San Diego? Yes, because San Diego's the only other team that I think that can give us what we want, and not a complete rebound or a rebuild, not a complete teardown, but sort of restocking the shelves. Will Nevin be gone after the end of the season? Michael says absolutely he will. We should all boo. Artie needs to hear it. Yes, he does. Halo Joe. Oscar says, I've been going to therapy the last month or so because of them, the Angels being that team. Throw trash on the field. Spend the fucking money, Randy says. Gallo to the Angels is a new Brandon Marsh. Mass strikeouts or Moss strikeouts. Tyler says, we're not even mediocre. We just plain suck. At least, and you're right, Tyler. Last year, we hit the 500 mark 36 times. We either fell back into it or got back to it, and we're not even doing that. So, yes, we are really bad. Wait, Artie said, okay, listen to the Dodgers for trading Ohtani. Oh, shit, yep. Joey says we need some more foreign players. We need to mix it up. I don't care what race they are. Martin Boylan says Walsh watches or slaps at the ball. Exactly. Adele is so fucking horrible that even his shitty Twitter fan page is losing faith in that idiot. I have to check that out. Andy says there is no heart or passion on this team. Coaching staff is pathetic. Amen. Amen. David Hernandez says everyone knows that this team who trades their superstars always loses the trade. To a point, David. What I brought up the other night, again, I'm going to talk about the podcast, is I don't know if you guys and gals remember the Florida Marlins before they won those 2 World Series. They were a shit team. They lost all the time, but they built through the draft. They built through the minor league systems. They added a player here, a cute player there. And then all of a sudden, when they felt that they were in contention with the team that they already were putting on the field, they added a Derek Lee. They added a Moises Alou. They added certain players that can get them. A lot of people forget A.J. Burnett, Miguel Cabrera, Dontrelle Willis, a lot of players, Jeff Conine. They came through their damn system. But then they added all these other players to get them over the hump. And I think that's what the Marlins can do and what the Angels can do, if they were to take that approach. It may suck for a couple years, but if you do things right internally and through your system, you could get back on top very fast. It does not take teams very long if they do things right, but you got to commit to one or the other. You got to say either we're going to restock or we're going to freaking rebuild and tear down. Because if you're just in the middle like the Angels have been, this is the best you're going to see over the last few years. Bargain basement shopping, 500 record, guys getting hurt, superstars at the top, bunch of mediocre guys at the bottom, shitty farm system. That's what you got. So you got to commit to one or commit to the other. No in between. Let's stop the bullshit. Let's say what it is, and let's roll with one or the other. I'm just tired of not having a game plan and everything being a problem. Paul and says Teen Wolf. Jacob says Sereno is the problem. Tyler says the whole team swings for the fences instead of making contact and getting the ball in play. Absolutely. These guys are fucking talented. Let's get a staff who can utilize them, Randy says. Nacho loving turd, Jacob says. The Heady crew needs to lace them up and take the field. I wish, Halo Joe, because you know what? I wouldn't have 3 errors tonight. What about the manager, Mike Schmidt, Brad Osmus for catching coach? I don't know about Brad Osmus. I might go Sunday to Petco if anyone's down. James says, I may suck, but I could probably play more games than Stassi. Exactly. Randy would be much more durable. Brad Osmus is a better manager than Phil Nevin. Maybe. Hunter loves the Madres, Jacob says. Jim Hoyt says, watching the Rally Monkey is like everybody loves Raymond or Big Bang Theory. How many reruns? That means nothing. Exactly. Montreal Expos will be back probably to the playoffs before we are. I hope, as a baseball fan, Christopher says, I hope the Dodgers will play against the Yankees in the World Series. I don't have that kind of baseball fandom. I don't want to see the Dodgers in the World Series. I'm sorry, Christopher. I respect your opinion, but I totally disagree. Every time I go to Angel Stadium, Daniel says, I'd like to play a game called Count How Many Smurfs You See in Less Than a Minute. Yeah, you know what, Daniel? There's too many of those jerks there tonight. Let's see. They still calling all Angels bullshit. Yes, they are. Randy says, I hate the fucking monkey. That was me about to change loop. LOL. David says, what if we tried Moneyball? If we tried Moneyball, David, again, you'd have to give money to the scouts to get the players to work with your Moneyball. Again, we don't have Tampa Bay Rays / Oakland A's type of scouts. We just don't. And until we do, we're going to be in the position we're at. Maybe the Angels need some more footy spice. Todd likes. Ha ha ha. Let's see. Joe Klecko, Joe Klecko. I remember that dude. Oscar says Mets versus Yankees or St. Louis if Soto gets their guy versus the Blue Jays in the World Series. Those would be two fun series, Oscar. I ain't going to lie. Those really would be good. Good series. Let's see. Artie dipped his toes into the scandal. Shut up, Randy. Headline, Grillmaster takes Artie sausage without any lube. Angels look for new owner. I like that headline, Martin. See, Made says, and they are calling that affordable housing. Exactly, right? Grillmaster, just take one for the team. Let Artie poke you in the booty hole. Speaking of which, 714 tickets, 714 tickets, 714 tickets. Go today, call tonight, or call today, go tonight. Whatever it is, you're going to be riding your bike down Catella with the handlebars sweet and sexy being held on by one and only John Stamos. You're going to let his hair flow into your face as you're riding down Catella, going to Anaheim Stadium, the home where the Angels can't score a run. Oscar says, Grillmaster, do it to people out of the world. Oh, my God. Bobby Miller right there. I don't know what that's referring to. I'd take the trade in a second, Jacob says. I'd have to talk Todd into that trade. Exactly. Let's see. Cotton Eye Nevin. Oh, jeez. Doesn't stop with the old ones. Shohei to the Padres. Dan says, Monkey needs to retire. Bring back Scoop and Clutch. Yeah, I actually like those Disney characters. Ernest says, moving on to football. He's done with it. Did you say porn players? No, I did not. GM sucks, Paul says. Right now, he's not doing a damn thing for the hitting, but he's doing an awful lot for the pitching. So I think he's 50-50. Todd want a jersey bet that Jets make the wild card spot. Yes, we should, Randy, because I think they're not going to make it. Rob says, Grill, you're a diehard fan and are of age. The backstory is how and why you and Artie cross paths. Just say he promised to give you a personal tour, and that's what happened. Leaf says y'all should start an Artie sucks chant at the next game. That would be awesome, actually. Grandma says the only cute player Florida had was in Miggy. Oh, geez. Someone had a crush. Jacob says the Jets gave the best helmets in the NFL. I'll give them that. Or they have the best helmets. I like the white ones, too, though. Shut up, Slob Rob. Grillmaster's mad. The Angels will be a dynasty without Artie. I could see that happening. They were before. Now imagine if the Marlins weren't so cash-strapped, Leaf says. Yeah, I totally agree. The Marlins could have had themselves a dynasty. Paul says, Chubby Manassian Ferry Perry sucks. Let's see. Come on, Grillmaster. I'll buy you a Happy Meal if you do it. Well, you know what? I think Grillmaster needs to go to Artie's. We need to get Artie an ice cream truck, and then maybe he could take him in there. Artie. Randy says Artie fingered me in the hotel, but I'm willing to take one on the chin for the betterment of the team. Damn, Randy's down too. That's what I'm talking about. Our fans are down to take one, because last night Courtney was like, hey, I'll take one for the team. I'm like, no. You might not know if he's into women or not. And plus, we don't want to throw Courtney out there. She's too good for that. We could throw Grillmaster out there, though. No offense, Grillmaster, but you could take one for the team. Rob says, Grill, I have the candy already for you. Will I get season tickets? Dude, I will give Grillmaster season tickets if he's able to oust Artie from office. That's for sure. I do not eat candy much. I'm sure Artie doesn't care. Randy says, so who's he going to like when the Madres crash and burn in late August? I don't know right now. Squiddy Poo, 20-year deal. Let's see. Okay, Grillmaster's scared. Let's have Rally Chris do it. I think Rally Chris would do it. Tampa Bay Rays will relocate to Montreal. I actually like that, David. Montreal should have never lost a team. If you guys remember the 1994 pre-strike Expos, that team was gonna make it to the World Series. I knew they were. That was such a really good team. And right after they came back, they had to shed all that payroll, and that team fell apart. Never was the same. The monkey died a while back, James says. Let's see, get to a few more of these. Let's see, do you ever post the articles about Artie Moronic? Michael, they're on. Just go to Anaheim, because look, LA Times won't report on it. It's not a big story to them. The Anaheim media, you got to find it in the local papers down here, but it's online. Just Googled it. Sacrifice Todd's husband, John Stamos. Let's see. Also, we need to sacrifice all rally monkeys under the big A. Yeah, I think so. Maybe it's a curse of the rally monkey. Leaf says, come on, Randy. Your Jets aren't going to make the playoffs this year. He says, shut up, Leaf. Bring your rally monkey plush to the tailgate in September for the rally. Ooh, I wonder if we can get away with that, Halo Joe. I wonder if we could burn the rally monkeys. I wonder if we can. That would actually make some headlines. That's actually pretty good. Let's see. Grillmaster, you can't talk about Hunter or my wife. I will break your neck. Uh-oh. You got to watch out. I'm only skipping them because you guys are going back and forth. I don't read too much of the back and forths. Jim says they have to go. The monkey and the Deo guy in the 7th inning, ice cream race, karaoke, bring back Kiss Cam, halter top night, free tickets for halter top. Ooh, you know what? I like that. I like that a lot. I am over the hidden ball under the hat thing. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that just needs to change. So also, Communist Canada doesn't deserve a team. Move the Jays out. Yeah, the Jays, that's going to mess up the postseason. There's quite a few players that aren't vaccinated, and Toronto doesn't let non-vaccinated players up there. So that could be a huge problem. How do I dress up like Artie? Matt Grillmaster says, just put a dress on. Oscar says, no one tell the boys to put out the wig and start flirting with Artie, then pretend that he was that he wanted to hook up without consent. Exactly. Plant some DNA as well. I want Disney to buy us back. Boy, Martin or Michael, if that were the case, I would take that in a heartbeat. Kiss Cam, Todd, and John Stamos. Jeez. How about no panties night? Oh, jeez, man. Oh, that might be messy, because maybe not all the people you want to see in panties, that's for sure. We're going to get to the phone lines. We can open that up if you guys want and gals want to call in. We'll do a short segment here, or just get a few phone calls in. The number is, once again, 714-598-3221. Is again 714-598-3221. We'll talk some baseball tonight here. Again, the Angels lose again. Big freaking surprise. Philip Baker says if Ohtani gets traded, that will Gubazah and O'Neill. What will they talk about? I agree. It's the Halo Honk line.
Yo, this is Oscar.
What's up, Oscar? How's it going, man? First time calling or what?
Yep. making my debut.
There you go. All right, man. What you got?
Man, it's just depression. I've been going therapy for the past month from this team.
I don't blame you, man. My dad going to games this year. He's only gone to a handful. He's 1-5, and he's like tonight. He's like, this is the last game I'm going to tonight. Damn it.
See, now I'm looking at other teams. I may go to San Diego. I may go to New York. Either one of them, I'll be happy.
Yeah.
And also, I'm going to start a campaign every time if I call in. So today's day one of me saying to Trey Ohtani.
Mm-hmm.
He deserves better.
He does. I mean, look, in a perfect world, Oscar, he would be winning 18 to 21 games with us. He'd be hitting 40 to 50 home runs, driving in 100 and some odd RBIs, and they'd be celebrating during games because this team has an electric bench. We're winning games. We're sold out. We're competing for a playoff spot or a division, but none of that's happening, man. And you know how many times you've heard, oh, you guys are wasting a generational player like Mike Trout. Now you're wasting two of them. Now what do we do?
I mean, now we're just wasting Ohtani because Trout, he can't even play. He has a rare back condition.
Yeah.
And, like tomorrow I will have watched the final game against the Rangers. So I'm going to a party tomorrow, and it would have been cool if we had at least one today, because most of my cousins are Dodgers fans.
Mm-hmm.
But nope, the Rangers decide to spank our ass, as mostly the majority of the teams so far we've been playing against.
Yep.
So yeah, so basically tomorrow I'm gonna just be wearing a paper bag.
Yeah. And you know what? It's hard to bring those into the stadium, so you have to be very creative because I got mine jacked today by security, so I wanted to take a picture. So there you go. But you got anything else, my man?
Screw it right now. I mentioned it yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna mention it again. We got to bring back for MLB to be great in general. We got to bring back games on NBC like the good old 80s and 90s.
I agree.
Screw Peacock. The only good thing on MLB on TBS is that Bob Costas commentating. Fox has been the same for the past 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
ESPN, oh my God, that's god awful.
Anything ESPN
So we got to bring back.
sucks.
Yeah. I mean, look, they've been promoting WNBA games for the past 5 years. We should know better.
Yeah, enough said. I get it.
I mean, look, WNBA games makes me laugh more than Amy Schumer jokes.
That's a good line because mostly she talks about her vagina, and no one wants to even think about her vagina in the first place. But I do like a lot of broads missing baskets with multicolored balls. That's pretty funny to me. So, but yeah, that's a good take, man. Maybe I'll do a spot at a game at a Sparks game. All right,
we could be doing a sports game with only 4 other people.
Yeah, exactly.
In the stadium.
Yeah, you could definitely hear us on the TV if we say anything. We don't even have to raise our voices, so that's the cool thing about it. All right, brother. Well, you have a good night, man, and try not to be too depressed, all right?
All right, thank you. Likewise. Have a good night.
All right, you too, bro. That's Oscar calling in right there. The number again is 714. The Amy Schumer thing caught me off guard. I love that. That's a good pull. 714-598-3221. Michael Abras says, does MLB still want 2 expansion teams after moving the Rays and A's? Yeah, they got to take care of that first. I think they do. It's a Halo honk line.
Why do we have to suck so badly?
Hunter, what's up, my man?
Hi. Okay, Todd. As a human, you should not be forced to watch Angel games just to do this post-game show. You should not. If I were you, I'd quit it halfway through the year. And then number 2, just trade. I love Shohei. He's probably the best, most talented baseball player ever. But just trade him. He deserves better. I would like to see him go to the Padres because the Padres are my second favorite team. And but does anyone know what actually happened to his Trout's back, or is it just they're just going to call it a rare back?
It's one of those things where it's not really. It's something that's going to linger with him the rest of his life, even. But it's not serious. It's really not. It's. I saw it broken down by a doctor. It's basically just a common pain that's going to come and go, and he'll grimace a little bit, and some days will be good, some days will be bad. But he's going to have quite a few shots moving forward.
Yeah.
I mean, he's on the wrong side. Well, he's on 30 now. He's 31 years old, I think, or he turns 31 this year, something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I forgot what I was going to say. My mind just blanked. Oh, that's what I was going to say. Jared Walsh, I feel like he sees something. Like when he swings, I feel like he sees the ball travel over the right field fence. But it's really in the catcher's glove.
That's what it seems like, doesn't it? Because, I mean, my dad was like, doesn't he know where the strike zone is already? And he strikes out so much, dude. He's a bad hitter. Look, Hunter, if there's any player on your team that falls into a big slump, your coaches usually talk to him, right?
Can you repeat that? I get you
No, I'm
last,
saying on your travel ball team, if you fall into a slump, your coaches are going to talk to you at some point, right?
Yeah, because you need to make adjustments some way because clearly what you're doing isn't working.
Yeah, exactly. See, so if the little subtle things like that could be said to a player like yourself, and your ego's not big, obviously, because you're a kid, you actually listen to authority. Why can't guys who are being paid to listen to authority, really good money, can't listen or make the adjustments because their ego is so big, or the coaches just don't give a crap? Because the coaches, I don't think, are even saying the little subtle things that can make a difference. I just think they're like, go up there and swing again. You know?
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Is there like a certain Nacho stand that Paul Sereno likes in Angel Stadium?
I don't know which one is his favorite. I just know he has it bust down to the dugout. Like, he gets as much nachos as he wants. The other night I saw Trout sitting there laughing with Jeremy Reed, and there's players striking out as they're joking, and Jeremy Reed's not acknowledging the players coming back into the dugout. And then I see Paul Sereno just rocking back and forth like he's in a imaginary rocking chair, but there's no rocking chair there. And I'm like, what's going on with Sereno? You know, that's the best that they're doing. So, yeah.
Is Adele sped?
Is what?
Is Adele sped?
Is Adele dead?
Sped.
Spent?
Oh, you probably don't know what it means.
No.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like,
yeah.
Are you talking
It means like he has a disability.
Oh, Adele?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's allergic to catching the ball. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's pretty terrible.
I mean, it's like when I grow up, I'm really gonna bet on Adele winning a Gold Glove. I really think he's a top. I think he's a superior outfielder, defensively wise.
You're talking.
I don't think.
You're talking Adele as a superior player.
Yeah, he's like the best defensive outfielder I've ever seen.
Uh,
His glove in the outfield sometimes impresses me so darn badly.
You know, I think you're being sarcastic. Don't get me wrong on that, but I think you're being sarcastic.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, very sarcastic.
So you don't like his glamour belt? You ever see his belt? It's like all nice and shiny and everything.
Oh, yeah. His belt's like, it's like it has a reflection on it. It's just like metallic.
Yeah, I mean, that's a little too flashy. To me, I think you have to earn those kind of things, but that's just me.
Yeah.
So.
Like, you're not Batista.
Exactly. Well, you got anything else, Hunter? 'Cause I'm going to see if I can get a couple more people before I get out of here.
I have one question for Kurt Suzuki.
Okay, what is it?
What position is he playing?
I thought you were going to say,
Catcher,
why don't you
right?
retire? Yeah, he's supposed to play catcher. Yeah.
To catch the ball.
See?
I mean, it's literally in the title of your name. It goes catch,
Mm-hmm. So you mean you weren't impressed by that ball that came right to him where he could have just caught it and then tagged the guy out at home?
Oh, bro, when you missed that ball, the TV remote, by the way, was right next to me. I would have slammed that thing.
I don't blame you. I mean, I was at the game and I wanted to, rip a seat out of the concrete and throw it on the field. So it's pretty annoying, dude. Pretty annoying. But all right, Hunter, you have a good night, man. Say hi to the family for me, yeah?
Yep.
All right, brother. That's Hunter right there. Let's see. Leaf says not going to call in tonight. Randy hates me already because he's jealous that my Seahawks won a title in the last 10 years, not in the last 50. Deanna says, what the fuck? Medics to Oscars, or Oscars, that man's down. Oh, they're saying that he needs to drink more coffee. Poor guy was just frustrated tonight, so, give him coffee. Poor guy, yeah. I feel his pain. I really do. Let's see. Artie... I'm not even going to read that. Let's see. Ain't going to go to the party of one, Deanna says. Oh, shit. Let's see. Stuff and in your pants. You guys are going back and forth. We need to stop saying we got to stop saying we. It's Artie is wasting the talent. No more Moreno. Exactly. Halo Joe agrees right there. Randy says, okay, I think it's time to vote Pedro off the phones. Oh, geez. Calm down. Jeez. Man, you guys are going back and forth. You guys always kill the phone calls. I swear to God. Let's see. Hunter. Let's see. These are Hunter. Let's see. Okay, Hunter, who do we trade? They're asking for trades right there. Let's see. Good point, Hunter. Everyone panicked because they called it rare. It's so rare that we don't know how this affects the ball players. Exactly. August 7th, he will be 31. Okay. This is right around the corner. Trout needs to get morphine shots in his back like the quarterback got his in his knee in the movie Varsity Blues. Great movie, by the way. Yeah, how did that work out for the quarterback, Dan? Oscar and Hunter is the same guy, split personalities. Mike Mendoza says the dads are going to yell at them for sure. Yeah, travel team coach, be like, hey, kid, take this $500 bat and $400 one in the is the problem. Oh, yeah, take the $500 back because the $400 one is the problem. My bad, Martin. Messed that one up. Mike says, fuck fixing the back. He needs to fix the hole in his bat. Too many Ks. It might be, I mean, I don't know. He's swinging at too many high pitches this year, so I don't know. Grimmaster just says, sacrifice Hammer. He's drunk as Artie. I think he's talking about Big Hammer. All the Angels are playing for at this point is participating trophies. I agree. Let's see. Hunter is past 11 o'clock. Yeah, it's past his bedtime. Mike Mendoza says the same thing. JoJo should have been traded a couple years ago and fucked up the pooch on that one, or we did. And you know what it is too? Again, I said it earlier. I really thought that the Reds were asking for too much for Castillo in wanting Adele and Marsh, and I think it was Jaime or Suarez. I was like, oh, that's way too much to give up for that pitcher. Now I'm like, oh, like we could have got Castillo and had other guys strike out in their places. They could have did better. Jacob says, Statue Stassi is Grandpa's or Grandpa Kurt, pick your poison. That's the problem. Oh, man. Security will take paper bags away for real. Michael says, yeah, you have to really hide them good. I had it like playing out, like walking in there like a moron, thinking I could just walk in there. They're like, what's that bag for? And I'm like, it's a paper bag. They're like, we can see that. Or you're going to put something in it because you have to have clear plastic bags. So for that reason alone, they took it away. And then when the guy looked at it and saw the holes in it and the writing, he's like, can't have this in there. Artie's not going to like that. And I'm like, well, that's the point. That's the point. Jacob says, put your paper bags in your pants, man. Easy money. Yeah, I should have thought of that. It would have just made my ass look bigger. Randy says, Seahawks, watch what happens with players on the Seahawks could had those picks. But, hey, we got Jamal Adams, right? Shut up, Randy. See, you're poking the bear, and that's what I have to hear. Grillmaster says, tomorrow we all go on a journey to find an artifact, which is an old artifact, which is an offense. Exactly. Drew Lock going to throw 45 buddies or 45 tutties and 600 yards and rush for 1,000. But he's just going to suck, dude. I don't even think he's put up numbers like that. Trout swings at high pitches because he's higher than after drinking. I don't know, man. He does have a severe hole in his swing this season. Michael says, wasn't the All-Star game this year participation trophy? It is from now on. After 43 games, the Angels were on pace for 100 wins. Now they are on pace for just 68, and they're on pace for 95 losses. That's freaking terrible. Digging the hat, by the way. Thank you, sir. And it's also got some cool patches on the side too, so I really like it myself. Let's see. Leaf says, Randy, do we really need to have to bring Rich? Do we have to bring up Rich Kotite? That's a good one, actually. Let's see. Hyro37 says, where do you think Show will go if he gets traded? By all means, real quick, it's either going to be Padres, Dodgers, Mets, Braves, Stankies. Not in that order. But I will tell you, though, it's going to hurt and be super, super duper painful if he goes to the Dodgers. But again, I would only take the trade to the Dodgers if they gave us Urias, freaking Gio at third, Will Smith, Dustin May, and Gavin Lux. Dude, come on. Because the Dodgers would get 2 players in one for 5, and we want Major League ready guys. Those are all Major League ready guys. And then think about it, in that stadium with Mark Pryor as his pitching coach and actual good hitting coaches, I hate to say it, that the Dodgers have, dude would flourish. That's why I don't want him going there. That's why I don't think the Dodgers will pay that high price. But the Padres would pay a high price. So I would actually like to see him in San Diego or Atlanta. But it seems more likely it would be San Diego. Brian says, Artie is not going to like that. Oh, and you think we like that what Artie is putting on the field. LOL. Exactly, Brian. That's why there has to be a revolt. That's why no matter what, September 17th, come the freaking tailgate, we are going to put on a show with paper bags. You think we will break 95 loss record? No, Jacob, I think we'll have somewhat of a good September at some point when all the kids come up, and then we should be able to do it. Nas says 100 losses, here we come. Oh, he's saying break it, Mike Mendoza. NBA has 30 teams and lets 16 into the playoffs. That's a participation trophy too. Yeah, good. And look, I'd say 8 of those 16 teams, Michael, suck. And that's why basketball's unwatchable. It's a watered-down league. It's top-heavy. If you have 2 players, you can win a championship. That's kind of boring. Although if we had 2 players, if the Angels were an NBA team, we'd win a championship because we have 2 of the best players. No More Moreno says, yes, easily. Hey, Leaf, go jack off on 2001. Damn. Abraham says, I'm barely tuning in late, but all I want to say today is I'm disappointed and I can't do it anymore. I'm officially tapping out, capping off, and finished with this team. I don't blame you, Abraham. If people jump ship, I'm with you. But I gotta play this one out, man. I really gotta play this one out. Let's see how next season is, but this year is over, sadly. 2023 Angels season, the year of the what is it? Finally something to fix. Exactly. And Christopher says, I agree. So thank you for everyone that's calling in, texting, getting on the messages. I wish I had better news. I wish I had a better recap. I wish I wasn't talking about trading one of the best players we've ever seen come to the Angels. I wish we wouldn't have to worry about Trout not getting to the promised land or even to the playoffs. I wish we would talk a baseball team that was over 500 and showing us something on a nightly basis and not being disappointed, pissed off, upset, wondering why our team sucks. And don't get me wrong, there's plenty of teams in this league that suck, but they try. And I think out of everything that I described prior, the fact that they don't try is the hardest thing to swallow. It's the hardest thing to get behind. It's the reason why Abraham and a few others are saying, I'm done with this shit. Rally Chris is done with this shit. Moving on to the Chargers. I don't blame you, because at least if you're trying, you see an effort and there's something to look forward to. If Adele was making good catches and fixing his swing and playing better, you're like, oh, I want to see Adele keep continuing to play good. I want to see Marsh mash the ball. I want to see Walsh have good at-bats and stuff like that. But when you constantly see holes in everyone's fucking swing, nothing changing, no adjustments, there's no camaraderie on the bench, there's no jumping up and down, it's hard. It's a hard watch, whether you watch it in person or on TV. And, like I said, kudos to all of you out there that are still watching. That's all I can say. Artie's not going to like that. What is he, the Fuhrer? Yes, monkey burning Halo Joe. We have to do that. Yeah, Rob says his hockey team and football team are rebuilding, so I feel you on that. Before we all jump on show, we have to make a stand at the tailgate boycotting opening day 2023. Ooh, that's a tough one. No, hardly anyone, dude, like, boycotting an opening day is hard for anybody to do. I mean, you're going to get a sellout no matter what stadium you play in. But we'll keep that in mind. We got to do something. I think we should take over the Trout Farm like the Mets did, but do it all with paper bags. Send a fucking message. Because even when the cameras were trying to stay away from showing how many Mets fans were there, they freaking had to show them on certain plays. They got on television. That's how you do it. That is how you do it. Last couple comments real quick right here is as much as it hurts to keep going and going, I'm still watching honestly at this point. Renifo improve, and it seems to be the heart of the team at this point. What's hard to watch is seeing that fucking cowboy hat with solo home runs in the eighth inning, losing by 7. And see, on that note, that is the perfect comment, Mike, because it's so goddamn true. We are the Han Solos of baseball. That I at one point loved that cowboy hat when we were winning. Now that just represents home runs and solo ones at that, and losing by multiple runs, I don't like that cowboy hat anymore. So everyone have a good rest of your night. Dan gets the last comment. Be like boycotting Chris